Good day and welcome to the channel. Today I'm doing a feedback session for Into the Radius 2. I'll start off with some overarching comments and feelings before then delving into some specifics with recommendations. So let's get into it. On the whole, I am enjoying the game so far. I played the previous release and the big changes are the introduction of characters. So let me be clear, I love the game, I love the mechanics and the gunplay. But the narrative and characters feel like they're falling short of the high expectations set by the superb quality throughout the rest of the game. Some general feedback on the characters is that half of them sound AI, and the two main characters just feel off. Their speech tones are very positive, but their script is rough, to put it mildly. They don't sound natural in how they say things or what they say. There are also some huge inconsistencies with what they say, which breaks down the narrative before it's even built.
The creation is complete. Connections are set.
You're live.
Wait, you can't remember me, do you? I'm Lowry, your old buddy, and now we're tied together even more. We're like one now.
Great.
So I'm always with you now, watching your back, right over your shoulder, you know? Oh, and I saw the committee gave you a tablet. Where's it? Come on, let's take a look.
Where's it?
So there's two glaringly obvious things in that clip that we just saw. One is, you can't remember me, do you? That is completely unnatural for an English speaker to say. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel right. The second one is, where's it? That again is completely unnatural abbreviation. You might say, where is it? Or where's it at? If you're using a bit of slang, but very few people would say, where's it? It's a very unnatural contraction of that bit of speech. Layered on top of that, the guide introduces himself as Lowry, but then for the rest of the game, all of the subtitles and everything still identifies him as the guide.
I hope you can hear and understand me. Nod and wave if you can. We can see you. Go ahead, get changed. We're not looking. Seems a bit loose, but it'll do.
So what you just saw there was Ava tell you she is watching, then say she isn't watching, then react to something that happens that she wouldn't have been able to react to if she isn't watching. Whilst this is relatively minor for this individual piece of gameplay, I'm not actually getting changed, nobody's actually looking at me, it does serve the purpose of building the relationship between you and Ava. And what this is building is a relationship to say that Ava is lying to you, and Ava cannot be trusted, and Ava is just a little bit weird. And I think this constant small interactions like this really work to undermine the player's perception of Ava, and basically just means that I don't want to interact with her at all. I would rather the automatic voiceover.
Look, just like a bunny.
You're live.
Oh!
This interaction I just find annoying. It's not the reaction of somebody genuinely looking at a computer screen, watching someone live on a camera jump over two obstacles. It's like a really cheap way to attempt to endear us to Ava by making her make a cute comment. Is it supposed to be cute? I don't know. But all it is just annoying and again, weird. It's not something a real person does. And I just don't think it's good writing. And it seems like an afterthought as well, because the "oh, you're still live" voice is very clearly an AI voice that maybe they'd already paid for the voiceovers to happen and then just thought they could try and cover it over with a "oh, you're live" sort of thing. But it's just weird. This section would just be better without it at all.
But I could be a bunch of places at once. Feels weird, but it's pretty wild.
Like, you just told me it's really cool to be in a bunch of places at once. Why isn't there, like, one of you sat up there, and one of you sat up there, and one of you stood there? Like, oh, I'm in a bunch of places at once. It feels weird. Instead of just, like, you're not in a bunch of places at once, you're just teleporting around.
Honestly, my suggestion for this is that the entire script is run through a native English speaker. Personally, I'd be more than happy to help out because I want this game to succeed. Like I said, I love all the mechanics and everything else, so I really think some effort needs to be put into refining the script. Next up, I'm going to talk about the storyline narrative. So let's start off with the suicide mine. Bad, 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 bad. You're trying to introduce the concept of being immortal or respawning, but saying that UNPSC needs to verify me as a human or an adapted human. Let's look at the negative for a second. If the UNPSC verification failed, would that then mean that I was a mimic? Or would that mean the UNPSC just murdered someone by making them go and blow themselves up? It makes no sense. I feel like a better narrative is the UNPSC is verifying that I'm not a mimic by checking that I respawn. Alternatively, you could place mimics next to the sensor so that the mimics kill the player. Then you give the player a gun and let them go back. We don't need a tutorial for every aspect of the game. Most people will understand how to shoot a gun before the survival tutorial. I think either of these two options is far better than just this weird go and commit suicide to verify that you can respawn. Because if you can't respawn, I guess we're just gonna murder you. It doesn't make sense. So, moving on to a little bit of the exposition. The automated voice giving the background of the story is great. I like it, but it begs the question of what is Ava's role? There is nothing that we do that requires a person to react in real time. Everything could be the automated UNPSC voice, and at this point, I would prefer it over having Ava. This clip is where Ava should, as a character, be earning her money.
Goal. You aren't just collecting random samples. This matters for all of humanity. But we'll talk more about that later. Now you have been granted your first security level. Congratulations.
She shouldn't just be telling us we should care because we should care. It's important to humanity. We should care because we should care. She should be explaining to us the motivations behind why we're doing what we're doing. And I would argue the benefits of what we're about to be doing, what they might be for us, other than just you'll unlock some more guns. So maybe let's talk about how anomalies might be able to be used in the outside world to heal people. Maybe talk about how anomalies could be used to improve our equipment. Maybe a little bit of foreshadowing on that front. But at the moment, Ava's just saying, you should care because you should care. It really lacks substance. And again, it's just one of the many small things that really attracts Ava as a character and makes me fucking hate her. Alright, that's enough salt about the characters though. There's been lots of feedback from the community on them, and I've got more feedback in the full video that you can see playing in the background. What I'd like to move on to is just a bit of a shit sandwich to close out. So first up is something that I really, really like that's been added in this round of development, and that is doors. I love them. It's great.
Oh, yes. Yes. We have doors. Look at that. Yeah. Change it. And more doors. Yes.
The next thing that I feel like I need to talk about is bending. Bending is still not just resolved as an issue on everything. There's an issue in the game at the moment where with certain tables, if you keep your feet stationary and lean your head forward so that you can move your shoulders closer to the table in order to pick up an object, the game will push your character further away from the table. It doesn't happen in all cases, I've found a couple of tables that it doesn't work on, and it seems like collision is turned off for the lower parts of those tables, but it does still happen in certain elements of this game, which is super annoying, and I really hope there's a fix to it, because especially when it comes to organising your shelters, it's a real pain in the ass. Finally, I just want to say how happy I am about ammo boxes. It seems like the change that has been introduced in this game is that ammo boxes with at least one unit of ammo already inside of them in your backpack will automatically accept each new round when you bring it close to it. It doesn't work if the ammo box is empty, but it does work so long as there's at least one and it's in your backpack. It doesn't work on dump pouches. Love it. Great improvement to the game. It's really going to help in organising backpacks and everything else. So great work on that, devs. Hopefully we can get this expanded so it just works everywhere, whether the ammo box is out in the open, or whether it is in a dump pouch, or whether it's on a pegboard wall. Hopefully we can just get this functionality everywhere, no matter what the situation is for the ammo box, because love it. It's really going to help out, save on time, save on hassle. Anyway, I hope I've touched on the biggest issues that most people have had with the game so far. Like I said, it's mostly the narrative side, and again, I'd be more than happy to go through the script as a native English speaker, just because I really want to see this game succeed. I love so much about it so far. If you've got any comments on anything that I might have missed, I'm sure I will pick those comments up, maybe include them in a future video. But for now, thank you very much for watching, thank you for your attention, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!
I kind of like it. It looks like it's absorbing material. I did like the previous one though, like the brightness, it made it look weird. That just kind of makes it look like a black hole and more of a spacey object rather than just a weird anomaly.
We've got hostiles. Engaging.
Empty chamber? It wasn't an empty chamber. What the fuck are you talking about? Empty chamber, my ass.